You're listening to the Here for the Clout podcast. Here are your hosts, Sherilyn Dale and Cece Suarez. Yeah, baby.
Hey, Clout Queens, Kings, and in-betweens. Welcome back to the Here for the Clout podcast. I am one of your beautiful hosts, Cece Suarez, also known as Chelsea Suarez, because that is my name. And this is your other beautiful host, Sherilyn Dale, also known as Sher.
Buns McGee over here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the poop emoji.
No, I love it.
I'm in moving mode, so I'm just like, we don't have time to mess around. Yeah.
No, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
So excited. Shall we?
We shall. I'm excited to talk about this today.
I cannot wait, because if there's one thing that's for gosh dang sure, it is that I love a crazy bitch on TikTok.
Okay,
right.
I'm so excited to hear where your thoughts were, because I went through a journey today while I was packing. I'm excited to go on this journey with everybody.
I have a theory.
Okay.
And it involves a gas leak. I can't wait. I was going to wear that hoodie today.
You should go put it on, and then we'll be twinning. Table Rock, represent.
It has stains on it. So
okay.
It's in the wash. Yeah, but let's get to it. So a few quick little things before we get started. Little housekeeping. Hey, did you know we have Patreon? Oh my God, she can't even stop talking about the Patreon. Yeah, that's because all of our podcast episodes on YouTube get demonetized, okay? So, we love Patreon. And we just are really excited about it. The $5 tier, which is the boned up bitch, they get an average of about 2.5 hours extra of content a month. And then the $10 tier, which is the Clout Queens, that's the highest tier, they get an average of, I think it's like 7 hours of content a month. And hey, what do you know? We are doing an extra episode on YouTube now, an extra free episode each week. And we just figured out our schedule and we're so excited about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And when she says we just figured it out, Chelsea did, because I just do it, Chelsea's. Okay, wait, I take that back, because that made it sound like Chelsea's really bossy and I do it. I take it back. I like the direction. I like being like having the plan mapped out and being like, okay, this is what I expect. And like, this is what I prepare for. Okay, so like, let's just make that very clear.
You're setting me up to be bullied in the comments.
I know.
We're about to get so many comments again of people being like, Chelsea's so mean to her. I don't know why they are, they aren't friends. Chelsea hates her. And I'm just like,
it hurts my feelings.
Do you guys hate me?
Apparently you hate me. No, I didn't mean it like that. And that's why as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, that did not come out right. No, I love it. Chelsea keeps me organized. She keeps me on track, on pace. If it wasn't for her, this podcast literally would not exist. So that's what I meant by that. So thank you. Everybody thank Chelsea in the comments.
Thanks for clarifying. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all might be mad at me for, my tangents. I'm stressed out. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm stressed out and autistic, okay? So we have quite a lot of outlines and structure, and we're so excited. So, all right, so we already caught up. We're already doing all that. And guess what, ladies and others? We are now going to be calling out the comments that make me cry every week. I'm just kidding. We are going to, could you imagine?
No.
There's enough of them. No, it's goblins. It's fine. But we are going to, give a little shout out to the person who left the funniest comment from the week before. It might actually be like 2 episodes behind because of how our new schedule works. So anyway, so this one is from Andromeda's Light 17. The Andromeda Galaxy is my favorite galaxy. Thank you for noticing. And they said, as someone with ADD, this is the pod I've desperately been waiting for. This is 2025, people. Low expectations and high vibrations.
I love that. That's the mantra of 2025.
It literally is. So that's great. Yeah. So if you want to compete and fight to the death in the comments for the funniest, go off, girl.
I think we should each pick one that we love, because I do go in there. It's pretty early though in the video. So I do go in there. I know that's shocked everybody, but I do see them. Yeah, maybe we'll pick.
Do you?
I do. I'm not there for long. If I see, I just run.
I know, right? Well, remember when we first started, you were like, I'm terrified of Reddit. I can't go there. Like, I will not. And now you're like, look what I found on Reddit. I'm like, girl, calm down.
I feel like I've learned to navigate Reddit in a different way now, like where I'm just like, I specifically go for like one thing and that's it. I would never, ever put my name in the search bar of Reddit. I just wouldn't do that. So
yeah, it takes a special kind of unhinged to do that. As I say, looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
All right. So today we are talking about my best friend, Lisa, also known as Stalked by Feds on TikTok. I don't know if you know this, but there's an entire genre of people on TikTok who believe that they are being stalked by the feds. I'm sorry. Who would play her? Are they in the room with us now? What's going on?
I know. And it's so funny when I saw the notes outline, it was like Lisa, AKA stalked by the feds. And I just thought it's because she said that so much. And it's like, no, her handle is
that's her username. Like she's committed to the bit.
She's committed to this.
But it's not a bit. It's her real life.
All right, let's go. Where do we start? Are we going to let her kind of lay it out for us in this first one?
Yeah. So that's where like I kind of altered Kelly's outline here because I was like, I got to start at like her inception, like when the egg dropped and was fertilized. So let me tell you just a little bit about Lisa, y'all. So Lisa grew up in Detroit, Michigan, and this is per a TikTok that has copyrighted music, but we'll play it in slow motion. Was an only child raised by a single mom. She went to Catholic school, did competitive figure skating. In 2020, she gained over 200 pounds due to undiagnosed issues, misdiagnosed things, and other health issues that she had. She recently, within like the last 2 years, lost the weight. That was thanks to a little casual Semiglutes, some semaglutide, which, hey, love that you're being honest about it. That's awesome.
Yes.
And a proper health diagnosis and then the treatment for said diagnosis. She got a master's in psychology from Pepperdine, however you pronounce it, fancy school. I'm a 2-time college dropout. Couldn't be me. And a master's in nursing from Vanderbilt. So like
another fancy. I know Vanderbilt and I'm in.
Yeah. So you smart, like, okay.
Yeah.
So this is how everything started in her own words. Let's just let Lisa take the reins for a little secamundo here.
The feds are following me because back in 2020, I had an affair with a federal law enforcement officer named Lenny DePaul. When I found out he was married, I told his wife what he was doing behind her back. And just a few weeks after I told the wife about the affair, my mail and packages started to arrive at my home ripped open and taped back up with clear packing tape. This was the beginning of my federal investigation. Lenny DePaul and his wife Ellie DePaul asked their colleagues in the feds to open a case on me in retaliation for the affair. And ever since then, I have been put in trap after trap after trap over the last 4.5 years to try to get me to commit fraud of some sort. So it started with healthcare fraud because I am a former psychiatric nurse practitioner, and because I was a healthcare provider, they were putting me in various setups and traps to try to get me to commit healthcare fraud. I never took the bait, which is why I have not been indicted. And then a couple years later, I developed a chronic condition that was disabling. So I went on my short-term disability insurance, and then now I am on long-term disability insurance. Ever since I went on disability, the feds have been sitting outside of my house conducting 24/7 surveillance on me to see if I will do something that's inconsistent with my disability claim so that they can say I'm committing insurance fraud and disability fraud. But they have been sitting out there for almost 2 years now and still don't have a case. They're still presenting confidential informants to me to try to get me to say the wrong thing or say that I have been doing something that my disability paperwork says that I'm not doing. And so now they're trying to trap me into committing insurance and disability fraud. But nothing that I do is a secret. Everything that I do is known by my doctors and my disability company. In order to commit disability fraud, you have to be deceiving someone about something. You have to be lying and deceitful. Who am I deceiving and about what? Everybody who matters knows my entire routine, and there's no fraud here. And they know that because they're still just sitting out there driving circles around me, unable to indict me. And then they also tried to get me to commit prescription and insurance fraud by using my mom to ask me to fill one of my prescriptions and give it to her in exchange for $50. That would have been prescription fraud, and it also would have been insurance fraud. I did not take the bait for that either.
Did she ever shut the fuck up? No.
Did she? Okay, so that was the one part that I was confused about. So was it that her mom is alleging that somebody approached her for $50 and then she said no? Or like where? I'm so confused by that.
I thought she was saying that her mom. Should we rewind and listen again?
Yeah, maybe, and see what angle it is.
The first time I was listening, I heard that like Lisa was talking to her mom, and her mom wanted her to fill out get her pad and write a prescription for her, or like to refill one of her own. Basically like, hey, I'm out of Adderall. Like, can you spot me like a few? And then like when I get mine, I'll give you like,
And then they also tried to get me to commit prescription and insurance fraud by using my mom to ask me to fill one of my prescriptions and give it to her in exchange for $50. That would have been prescription fraud, and it also would have been insurance fraud. I did not take the bait for that either.
So yeah, she's alleging that her mom asked that, but she's never confirmed that her mom said somebody approached her to do it. So if what she's saying is true, then her mom's in on this.
Yeah.
But we learned later she lives with her mom still.
It's just wild because like, oh, really? They're trying to retaliate because you had an affair? That doesn't make sense.
No, not at all. And I mean, once we get like further in, but like there's like a screenshot that she tries to use as proof. Obviously, like DMs that he sent her that there was clearly something going on, but then she had also texted the wife, and then she had like a big long blurb, and then the wife was like take care, like you take care of yourself there, darling.
Good.
Yeah. So isn't this guy your director as well or something? He's like in Hollywood now. Not that makes anything different. I mean, like.
No, yeah. So in the comments, the comments on these, she like goes further and further and further. This is the first one, right? The first video. So the comments are like super supportive. And then as it goes on, the comments just get like more unhinged, and people are realizing like, okay, no, all right.
That's where I was.
And yeah. Okay. So someone commented and said, Lenny DePaul, like the guy from the TV shows. And,
it's funny. My paternity lawyer was laughing the other day with me when we were going back and forth.
Okay, hold on.
About that kooky lady who says the feds are following her.
Okay. I don't know. I don't like that guy.
Who's that? Is that's not him, right?
No, no, it's just a picture of him. It's just so interesting.
There's a woman here on TikTok who is claiming that the feds have been following her for the last 4 years because she had an affair with a retired Fed and then told his wife about it. She says she had an affair with Lenny DePaul back in 2020. And when she found out that Lenny was married, she went and told his wife that he had an affair with her. And shortly after she did that, her packages and mail started coming opened and retaped together, and she is convinced that it is because the DePauls asked their ex-Fed friends to open an investigation on her as a way of retaliation for the affair and for her telling his wife. She claims they've been putting her in traps over the last 4 years in an attempt to get her to commit different types of fraud. She claims they have tried to trap her into healthcare fraud, insurance fraud, disability fraud, prescription fraud. She says they park outside of her house and that she is under basically 24/7 surveillance, that they follow her into the gym, they follow her all over the place, that somehow they have even gotten to her mom when they were trying to get her to commit prescription fraud. They got her mom to try to get her to fill a prescription and then give it to her mom in exchange for $50. And she was like, not falling for that. But how they got her mom to comply with that, I don't understand. But it just can't possibly be a coincidence that she ends up under federal investigation just weeks after telling Lenny DePaul's wife that she was having an affair with her husband. I went through several of her recent videos on her page just to kind of get an idea, and her whole page is like dedicated to this. So as usual, I'll have her account right here. It feels like, I'm not saying I don't believe her, but it comes across as like one of those paranoia things. This card to the right And because it had paper plates, she was like, that's a Fed. And then she showed this car to the left and it had like a blue license plate. And she was like, yep, that's a Fed too. And I know that I've never been under federal investigation, so I don't know exactly what to look for here. But to a normal person, it's like, how do you know those just aren't cars on the road and you're not?
And they're all different too. Like every car is different, which is what she says like happened. My friend Caitlin, the one I was telling you about, whose mom is missing in Alaska, and like there's so much evidence in her. And the police won't do anything out there. I saw she commented on Underwood and she's like, you know, like, I'm so sorry that she's so kind. She's like, I'm so sorry you're going through this. Like, this must be so scary. She's like, but in all honesty, like, the police don't care this much. Like authorities don't care this much. Like, then she says, like, there are like hundreds of thousands of missing people. Like, they're not going to put all these resources into like all these different, like, if it was one car and she was like feeling like she was being stalked, hey, what? Like, yeah. But it's like all these random cars. It's like, you think they've put the whole squad on for you for what?
Like, this is so wild to me, because it's like, you're not only talking, like, you're talking about multiple, a lot of people don't know this, but it's like, you're talking about multiple different departments. Yeah. We're talking like multiple different departments, like the ones where she's like, oh, they're like opening my mail. Girl, that's a postal inspector. Yeah. And that, like, yeah, they work for like that's a federal position. And then like insurance fraud and it's like, you're talking like 7 different like 3-letter organizations or like multiple different departments, like
getting on board to trap you because you had an affair with somebody. And then so this Lenny guy, he's retired U.S. Marshal and then has made like TV appearances on like shows like Hunting Hitler and stuff. And then she goes on to say here that like she's alleging that he has friends that are in like law enforcement and stuff like that. It's like, you think that this one guy is going to come and be like, I want her buried because she exposed it? No.
Yeah, they can't.
This makes no sense.
Like, do you think they just are able to just go sit outside your house? They can't do that.
For like, a buddy?
And then to be able to indict you, they'd have to have such like a paper trail. And so anything that wouldn't have been like on the books, like wouldn't be like, that would be admissible in court. Like you can't.
Yeah.
Lisa, I wanted to be on your side.
Yeah,
but
Lisa, let's keep going though. Let's see what you guys think though. Like
I'm scared. Okay, I've got chocolate. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Lisa does not around though. Like she gets a lot deeper, and we're going to play this video. There's copyrighted music though, so I'm just going to read you the caption over, like, you know, you get it. Just like we do on my channel, guys, you know, it's either that or we put clown music over it, but we're not going to do that today. So she posted and said, the truth comes out. Lenny DePaul, a retired U.S. Marshal who has made several TV appearances, as Sher just said, on shows like Hunting Hitler, Manhunters. Oh, I thought you said Mindhunter before. I love that show, but
I'm sorry.
I wish that show'd come back. It's amazing. But yeah, never heard of any of these, girl. Like, stop trying to make him sound more important. And Hunted. Okay, hunters, calm down. Had an affair on his wife, on top of her, Ellie DePaul, back in 2020, weeks after I found out he was married. I love how she doesn't say, I had an affair with him.
Yeah.
Like, what? Oh, dummy. Weeks after I found out he was married, stopped speaking to him and told his wife about his indiscretions. My mail and packages started to arrive at my home, ripped open and taped back up with clear packing tape. I love the description, like the descriptiveness here. He had his colleagues in the feds.
What does this mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I know.
I cannot.
In the feds.
Open an investigation on me. Not how that works. In retaliation for telling his wife about the affair, I have been stalked, harassed, and entrapped by the federal law enforcement, not a thing, but okay, ever since. Over 4 long years. This is an injustice that will be rectified one day. Hey, no, it won't, because it doesn't exist. But all right, let's talk about this friends in the feds and this federal investigation and why she claims she has posted everything on the TikToks. And then we'll go over some of the comments because it's very mixed and I don't understand how people believe her. I don't know. So Let's go.
So people are probably wondering, like, why are you on TikTok talking about an active federal investigation? And the reason that I'm here making this account, sharing all of my dirty laundry, is because I need help. I need help finding civil rights attorneys who might be able to take my case and represent me because of the illegal investigative techniques that have been used in my case for a very prolonged period of time. 2 years is a long time to have 24/7 surveillance on you, especially when it's not just surveillance, but it has gone and crossed into the level of harassment and gang stalking and defamation. People are afraid of me. They think that I'm a dangerous person involved in some crazy stuff because I have the FBI following me into my gym. It's just been very long and prolonged and ongoing, and I want to make sure that everything is documented. I've taken quite a few steps already to try to get this to end, or at least to have them abide by the law in their investigation against me. I've contacted the DOJ. I've made a civil rights report to the DOJ. I have made a civil rights report to the Arizona Attorney General. I even reached out to the United Nations and made a civil rights report to the United Nations. Now I'm hoping that I can find an attorney who will take my case and believe me, because a lot of people think that this is a delusion and that I'm crazy, but this has been happening and I'm going to document everything. Another step that I took is that I bought a body cam, and so now whenever I go out in public, everything that these surveillance specialists have been doing to me will be on camera. I also bought a dash cam and a rear view cam for my car because they drive very recklessly around me. They'll get in front of me and brake check me, and they're going to cause an accident, but I want everything that they're doing to be.
If you are being surveilled, you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to be doing anything to draw attention to themselves. What that kind of seems like did she f with someone in Scientology? Like, that's what it's giving.
Ooh, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a
like
really
going through
good
your
point.
trash and opening up your packages. Like, they could have opened your packages when you weren't there.
Yeah.
And like put it back, you know?
That's a really good
With
point.
clear
And
tape.
it's clear, like, she's obviously, and I think this is what people are saying too, like, paranoid. Like, there's a lot of paranoia here. Like, she's got all of this evidence. But even like as we go further down, when people are like, okay, well, if you have body cam, if you have like all of this evidence in your car, show it. And like all she's really shown is just like her iPhone being like, that's one. And it's like, well, that's not really a good example. Like, a lot of them are like in another lane, like further ahead. And people will say that and be like, she's like, that's what they do. They don't want to like be like right behind you. And it's like, no, but Lisa.
No, they want to be 5 cars in front of you. What?
I don't
Crazy.
know.
All right.
It's hard.
Well documented so that I can have a case against them and get them to behave appropriately. If I can't get them to stop investigating me after this length of time, I at least just want to get them to abide by the laws and to give me my right to privacy and to give me my right to freedom of movement and to give me my civil rights, because you cannot do this to someone forever. And this has been years and years and years. And if you don't have enough to make an arrest or have an indictment against me after 24 months of 24/7 surveillance, it's because I'm not breaking the law, and you're not going to catch me breaking the law because I don't do anything. So if anybody has gone through something similar, if anyone has a civil rights attorney who might be able to help, or if you are a civil rights attorney, please reach out to me. Please comment or send me a private message. But I'm looking for help here. I'm not sure where to go, and the government, the FBI, is sovereign, and so I don't know who I can ask for help when they basically have immunity and they can do whatever they want.
So to the comments, so the top comment with 337 likes says, "Hi there, I don't know why you popped into my feed, but please consider the possibility that you are having a paranoid episode. Your theories do not add up. It's normal, and you can seek help." And I think that that is such a nice and like beautiful way to put that.
Yeah, it was really nice. It wasn't like you're crazy, like, you know what I mean? I saw that too, and I thought, okay, not that when you're in that state, if that is what is going on, you want to hear it, it would work for me for sure. I'd be like, oh, okay. I don't know why it popped up either, but.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But then she also has a lot of like, I believe you, hope everything works out. Hi, Lisa, just letting you know you aren't alone and I believe you. I watched your videos in reverse. I think that helped me understand. Oh, and then did you see the one where she said she's also been going through this for 7 years?
Yeah, I saw that Kelly put that one in there. I also saw this one that said, how did you know it was the FBI? Are you ready for Lisa's response?
Yes.
She said, it could be the DEA. Or OIG. Could be KFC, girl. What acronyms are you making up? I'm just kidding. I don't know if OIG is something it could be. Because I worked in healthcare, but multiple agencies could be involved. I don't know for sure. What? So wow. Someone said, do you still work in healthcare? And she said, no, I got sick in 2023 and have been utilizing my long-term disability insurance. And someone said, I know sometimes they will send people to investigate disability to try to catch stuff you shouldn't be able to do. And she said, yes, but not for this length of time. And with the number of agents driving vehicles with all blacked out windows, this is a big operation. And someone else commented and said, girl. God. With a bunch of laughing faces.
Not that I don't believe that there are like big operations like this, but not for somebody having an affair with somebody.
Yeah.
Who is like seemingly not a big time guy. It's not like Bradley Cooper or something like that. You know what I mean? And even then, Brad's not going to call up somebody and be like, yo, I know, sorry. I don't know why he came to my mind.
It's okay.
I love
it's
you,
okay.
But, you know, like, who's Lenny? The only reason I know about Lenny.
Who's Lenny?
Who are you? No one's going to listen to Lenny at the FBI and the DOJ. And then, so here, this is where we get into the examples. This is the alleged proof of FBI surveillance and harassment.
Okay, so she claims that these specific videos prove that she's being surveilled, which I love that word so much, and harassed by the FBI. And then it says federal investigation harassment techniques. Like, girl, you don't work for them. What are you talking about?
Like, why is this level of harassment and taunting necessary to park a car in the middle of the main road here with the flashers on, just parked right outside?
Does her phone have astigmatism? Like, what is going on?
People were saying that in the comments.
Is this Jessica Urban's POV? What's going on here? Balls. Sorry, Jessi. I love you.
That was good. Brother. You're so quick. I just love it.
Sometimes. And I haven't even had anything to drink. See,
you
guys.
Haven't. No.
Oh, God. Okay, let's... Wait, that's literally it.
Yeah, she says like it stops there. And then so it's the comments not on here, but when I was in the video, I was like kind of looking through them. And one of my favorites was, I'm sorry, but I work for DoorDash and usually I do this and I put my flashers on and just park and then jump out and like get it. And she's like, no. I think she said something about like the location that she lives in. There's no DoorDash that goes around like 3 a.m. or something is what the time that she was saying this was done. So it's like, I don't know.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Yeah, I'm not going to say, I don't know. I didn't look into the laws and the regulations of DoorDash out there to, you know, be able to confirm. Again, we're not here for, you know, all the facts, but
it could be an Uber.
That's what it's like. And yeah, they will, you know, be like, or trying to find an address when I saw that, you know, being like, okay, it's dark out, kind of going, it's not like they, like we're going like in her house and it looks like she's clearly got her phone, you know, like out pretty close filming them. That they would just sit and chill.
I need her to wipe the lenses on her phone.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
100% that's what it is. Greasy lenses you got.
Okay, these ones are my next favorite. The ones with the cars, Chelsea.
Sherilyn, these cars are following me.
These ones are my favorite.
They're parked at a Best Buy. They're not following you. Okay, surrounded by vehicles with blacked out windows and paper or fraudulent license plates.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. Before we get into this, I did have a question. In terms of blacked out license plates or blacked out windows in the United States, what are your guys' regulations and laws for that? Like, can you have like tinting? Like, we can only have tint to a certain degree, and then you get pulled over and you get like a ticket if it's too dark. So it's the same for you guys. Okay, so that being said, still a lot of people have it. Yeah,
and then your windshield can't be tinted. My windshield is tinted, and I do have a legal tint on my.
And that's what I was going to say. I'm like, I know like years ago it was much stricter, and now I don't even remember the last time I've ever heard of somebody getting a ticket, and like everybody has blacked out windows.
Yeah, I mean, especially with how, like, I know, for instance, like Tony's always said, he's like, if it's like absolutely like actually like blacked out and like, yes, like the person is like possible, like if it makes it to where you like can't even drive at night because you literally cannot see out your own window, okay. Or if like your windshield is blacked out, then okay. He's like, no, I've never like given someone a ticket for that or done anything like that. Or even like, he's like, I've never even, you know, used the little tester thing that they get. He's like, because like we live in Florida, it's hot as shit. And like, unless you do have like pretty dark tinted windows, like your car is going to be insufferable. He's like, I'm not doing that to people.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good old Tony. I like that.
Oh my God. Stop it. Not the tag saying frauds. I cannot.
She says that that's a taunting tactic. She says that the cars that have frauds on it is a taunting tactic. I feel so bad laughing because it's like, I do believe like she believes this. So like the paranoia is deep, which means she probably is not well. I don't think she's doing this for like attention. I do truly feel like she believes it.
They love to use paper license plates or park cars with fraud license plates in front of me. Who's they?
Yeah, and how did they know that it was going to be parked in front? You know what I mean?
Like, what?
That you were going to park there and they were going to be right in front
Lisa.
of you. Lisa. The one, did you get to the one with the dealer plate yet? Everyone
Not
in the
yet.
comments was like, that's somebody doing a test drive.
Girl, all she's done is she's just just posting pictures of cars with like really dark tint.
I know, this is where she lost me. That's where
it took you that.
It did. It took me that long. Of course. Yeah. I was in for the journey. I was like, all right, let's see. What do you got? I was waiting for the body cam footage and like the dash cam footage, but this is what came.
So then what does she say about this one that says woosaw or whoosa?
I don't know.
Is that also like an inside joke? Like, what are you doing? Oh my God.
No, Lisa.
Yeah, girl, that's a CarMax one. Like that person just bought that car.
Right? You got to it? Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, stop it. The caption. Sherilyn, the caption. She lists literally every type of car. Lots of Hondas, Kias, and other foreign cars. Almost every car is foreign at this point.
Yeah, that's literally what's taken over.
Lots of Broncos, Priuses, and Teslas as well. Lady.
Oh, Lisa, that's all that's on the road.
Lady, you just named 90% of cars that are on the road. And also like the most popular. Yes. Oh my gosh. Nissan Altimas and, you know.
Literally the most like generic, like you want to get in a vehicle, it's a Nissan Altima, baby.
Yeah, like that and Civics are like, a Honda Civic is like the most common car. Like what?
100%. They last forever, I will say.
Electric vehicles, which don't require them to spend money on gas.
Yeah, Lisa.
I'm scared, Lisa. I'm scared. I'm very scared. What did the comments say on this one? Literally the point that I made. Girl, in Arizona, everyone has blacked out cars. It's 120 degrees in summer here. The plate is a support safety specialty plate, and the paper ones are temporary tags. They give you until your tag is mailed. And someone said true, and someone else said, and a hub for witness protection, so nothing is as it seems. Girl, that's not oh my God. No, I see the crazy has attracted crazies, huh?
All right. For sure. Well, yeah, the comments are definitely, and that I think is also part of it because it fuels the delusion, right? Like if you have support of something, you can, what do you call it? Like being in the echo chamber, right? Like you're only going to listen to those ones that just like keep.
So Kelly has her theory, which she literally
I love it.
Put in here for us.
This is where I was too with the.
So this is what you think?
This is what I think with her disability claims. Yeah.
Yes.
You go.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go over this one and then we'll go over my theory, which involves a gas leak. So, hi, researcher Kelly here. I have a theory I wanted to share, and this theory is based on my background working for a private investigator. Theory. Lisa claims the feds are surveilling her, but it could be a private investigator surveilling her instead. perhaps hired by her disability insurance company because they think she's committing medical fraud. I'm saying it like that because there's question marks.
How to tell if you're under federal investigation, part 1. The first thing you're going to notice is that there are new cars parked all over your neighborhood that you have never seen before. And these cars will likely have those foldable sunscreens in the windshield that you can put in to block the sun to keep the car cooler. You'll likely see those screens all over the vehicles, and they will be parked stationary for months and months and months at a time without ever moving from that spot. Those cars will have hidden cameras on them, and if you start to see something like this around your neighborhood, it's possible that you might be under investigation. Here are some examples.
The examples also don't have the sun things all around the vehicle, like she said. None of them do.
Girl, stop it. That one's across the street. Girl, that one's across the highway.
Right, the highway one? I know. And it's like, she's saying, here's my thing with it. If it had been there for, she said, vehicles like this that will be there for months and they've got the hidden cameras on them. This is what I would have done. I would have been like, hey, this is the one car, and then shown my, ring camera or whatever, or even my phone footage.
Like a time lapse.
A time lapse, and being like,
yeah,
this car has not, you don't just, it's like no different than me going out. You know how many random cars are outside of my house, but then also like parked ones where we don't know where they belong. They're somewhere down the block. There's just not a lot of places to park, Lisa.
But then also it would have been better if it was like, if I wanted to prove that like, okay, this car hasn't moved, then I would take a video like 4 times within the same day, and then like the next day do the same thing, the next day do the same thing, so that I'm showing like, okay, here's like, maybe that person has the same schedule as you and they're home the same time as you. Like, yeah,
I'd put a little chalk on the tire. Take a picture, make sure that when they come back, maybe the chalk's gone because they were driving, or maybe the chalk's in a different direction because the car moved. Like, we don't know. This is not good investigating, Lisa.
It's very smart. Or, rip out all your hair and put all your hair all over it.
That as well. This is also a good tactic for framing somebody. We're still not with you, Lisa, but we're going to keep trying.
Are we? Okay.
I don't know.
So that is y'all's idea. I have known of people who have been involved in like pretty crazy investigations, like insurance stuff, or like they're suing someone for something, an insurance company, something like that. They have a claim open, whatever. And the insurance company or whoever they're going up against, like you said, will hire a private investigator to surveil them so that they can catch them doing something and be like, oh, really? You are saying that you can hardly move, and here you are at the gym?
I know of someone from my high school's dad did that and literally had somebody, but it was one person. So they're not going to send out everybody and have all these random cars, but he literally got caught like that because he'd like go to like the, I don't know, media, like whatever check-ins and like be like really disabled. And we'd see him like with a cane too. And then find out that like he had surveillance and he was just like freaking like living his, actually think that he was like in a wheelchair too for a while also. And then they were able to build up enough that, he was like charged with freaking fraud. But it was one person. Like you've got your case file, like the investigator that goes out there, they don't have like, or, I'm sure like maybe like you switch one off, but not this many people.
Well, yeah, they have like people on retainer basically.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like this person doesn't have time to be on this case, but it's usually like 1 or 2 people like per case. And they'll be surveilling you for like a while. And even with like your social media and stuff too, like I've known, sorry, I got all the phlegm. Ugh. Like I've known multiple people. Oh, girl, I coughed up so much this morning. And then Bean started fake coughing.
I love that.
He fake sneezed last night because Tony sneezed a few times. And then he started going, achoo, achoo. And we were dying laughing. And then he started fake coughing this morning. And it was sticking his tongue out. And he was like, and I was like, I don't look like that. Like my kid's trolling me. Listen, if you don't like me, just know that my kid humbles me every day. So it's fine. I'm getting what I deserve. But yeah, so I've known multiple people that has happened to them. And they've had to say like, oh no, I can't post this on social media, or like, I can't do this, I can't do that, because like they're trying to like catch me in like, something. But my theory, we all know about, carbon monoxide, the silent killer, if you will. I find it fascinating. I know, autismo. I find carbon monoxide a bit poetic for some reason, probably because that is how my grandmother passed away, carbon monoxide poisoning. I got her. Yeah, and her, it was not a suicide. She would not have done that. She was too much of a petty bitch to off herself. But yeah, she was drunk, went in her garage and pulled in. She's driving drunk. Oh, well, she's dead. You can't get her. So she pulled in, and you know how like, as one does, when you park your car, you like sit for a second, or you like look at something, or you like get distracted. And she like dozed off and the thing shut behind her, and yeah, was dead for 2 days in there before anyone found her. So that's awful. Her maid found her. Good old Arlene. Love that woman. That's the maid. So I've always been like, I think like that's one reason I'm like slightly
I think so too, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And so a lot of people, you know, it's always about like when it's cold, like don't put like the generator like in the house, or, you know, when there's a hurricane, you want to have it like on like a patio or something, but you don't want to have it in a garage. Like you can't do that, and don't have it like even just 3 walls and a ceiling, like covering it. Don't do that. Like you need to have it like more outside and like not closer to, you know, something. And it's insane. So there's always that. But a lot of people don't know that having a slow carbon monoxide like leak can make you go crazy. Like it can turn you into, it can turn you into a different person. And it's basically carbon monoxide poisoning. So there have been so many things on Reddit. And if I can find them, I'll, find them, do an update. There have been so many that like someone posted the other day on Reddit on, I can't even remember what page, but this guy, he took a picture of his phone charger, and the like cube was plugged into the wall, and then like a little bit of the cord was sticking out, and then it was like perfectly cut. And then the like rest of it was just on the ground. And I think it was Mildly Infuriating was the page it was on, one of my favorites. And he was like, this has happened 4 nights in a row. He's like, I'm setting up a camera tonight. I haven't seen if there's an update yet. He's like, but I don't know what the fuck is happening. I've gone through 4 phone chargers, and every time I wake up, they're just perfectly cut. And people keep saying, please get a carbon monoxide detector, because like this could be like putting you into like psychosis or making you like black out and do weird shit. And yeah, it is so crazy. And so that's what I believe is happening. And it could also be like affecting her other, injuries or whatever, or like other problems that she's had that she like has to be on like short-term and then long-term disability.
Yeah.
So that is my theory. And
that is brilliant.
Listen, just call me Detective Suarez, okay?
This is something.
Not to be all like the staircase, it was an owl, like type of theory, but that's really what I think it is. Do you think she fell, or she was attacked or pushed? I was in the owl theory for a minute.
I do think that he was obvious. I don't believe that she knew anything about his like secret life, like he said, and that she was good with it. So I could see like maybe that was exposed, and then like clearly they were drinking. She was drinking quite a bit. But, you do think about the times that you're like, oh, how did I make it up the stairs to bed last night? I don't know, and it could have, I don't know. Yeah. The reason why is because I just saw on the Unsolved Mystery, this was a while ago, and then I talked about that case too, about the woman that fell down the stairs and somebody thought that there had been an intruder, and like the amount of blood that was in the basement, and her husband wasn't home for like 24 hours or like 48 hours to find her. But it was like, there was no sign of her like going up. So she was like, they thought, okay, there's so much blood, she's trapped in the basement, because she was scared of an assailant going up. And then the way that the investigation went, they saw that like there's literally this open hole pretty much to the stairs from the kitchen. There's no like barricade there, that she must have like lost her footing, fell, and then there was this like little sheep piggy bank and hit it, and the ceramic had cracked and like cut a hole in her head. She would have like fallen down the stairs, and then just being like disoriented is just basically like pouring and losing out blood, and she's just like kind of walking in circles until it looks like she passed out, came to again, because then there was like dried blood and then like fresh blood, like newer blood on top, and she walks to the stairs. You see literally like blood footprints at the tip of the stair, but never went up, and the dog never came down. So it's like what, like probably like the epitome of like an unsolved mystery, being like, what the hell happened? Yeah. But when you hear about the theories of just like, you know, things going on with the brain, it's so hard to like, I don't know, make sense of it. So that's what I thought with the staircase gal. Like if she smoked her head and then trying to get up and just like sliding in the blood, and she's also intoxicated, you know, you've got like so many factors. So that's why once I saw that, I thought back to the staircase one, and I was like, yes, because the amount of blood that I saw down in this basement was equivalent of like how horrifying that scene was as well. So that's where my theory comes from with that one. But I love yours with the car. Now I'm going to go into a carbon monoxide investigation hole.
Girl,
that's wild.
Crazy.
Wow. I wonder if she's got a carbon monoxide detector in her house. Like that would be really interesting to like have people like flood her comments and be like, listen, hear me out. Go get a carbon monoxide reader.
Well, I'm surprised. I looked a little bit. I mean, I didn't look too much, but surprised there aren't any. You guys, we're not a fan of brigading. We don't want to like send you, but like do it. Like
I just tell like her to get one. Like because it's not going to hurt, you know, and harm anything if she can do it. Because can you imagine if like her life changes of being like, I have been in this state for so long and not understanding why.
Yeah. And if it's like slow, because obviously like if it's all at once, like yes, kills you. Right. Not right away, but like right away, basically.
Yeah.
And apparently it's a very peaceful way to go. But with that, it's like, I think if it would be like a slow leak, it's that like exposure over time. I mean, leak a little bit over time, and then it like is affecting you, you know, slowly. I mean, it's being poisoned with anything slowly. I mean, it's not going to kill you right away. It's just eating
breaks
away
you down.
brain.
Yeah, like it affects. Yeah, it affects. Wow.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at now.
Doesn't syphilis make you crazy too? See, but she's not like syphilis, like Swiss cheese brain crazy. And I know we shouldn't use the word crazy, I'm sorry, but this is more so like delusions.
Yeah, delusions for sure, which stay delusional, but also
in like a cute, silly, goofy way, not like
I'm
Uber's the feds.
I'm going to be on a red carpet accepting an award one day delusion. Like you got to, you know.
Yeah.
We've got to prioritize them.
Exactly. I love that. I will roll out the red carpet for you, I promise.
Okay, same.
Okay, so this is a good one. How to know you're under investigation from someone's following you. Part 2. Great. So the FBI made Lisa lose her only friend, and they followed her to the gym. Let's see. Okay, so we're very confused with her organization. Not Kelly's, but Lisa's. So it said that this was part 2 to know how you're being followed, but then in the caption it says part 2. But then on screen, it says part 3. So did she delete part 2? Because we do not know.
We don't know. We're going to go with this, though. Part 3, AKA 2. Yeah.
I'm scared.
I am.
Let's go.
How to know if you're under federal investigation from someone who's currently under federal investigation, part 3. So you are going to be put in setup after setup after setup after setup for year after year after year. So my federal investigation started in 2020, and we are now coming into 2025 in just a couple of months. So this has been a long journey of constant traps and setups for almost 5 years now. And some of the setups are going to come from people that you thought were your friends. The government is very good at getting people to turn against you, and they are very good at getting these people to cooperate with them as confidential informants. So someone that I had been friends with since 2nd grade, she was my best friend, actually took part in one of the setups that they wanted her to do. And we were close, like I said, since elementary school. And I was the maid of honor in her wedding. And she still took part in this. And I don't know if it's because the feds made her feel like she had to, or if she thought she didn't have a choice. She didn't know she could say no.
Please tell me we can find her.
I don't really know, but
I want to hear her side.
That one broke my heart. And
was that insensitive?
No, that was beautiful.
I'm just like, where is she? What does she have to say? Because is she feeling like, Lisa, I've tried to tell you, like, maybe we need some help, babe. And then you don't, like, you do have to cut people out of your life that start to, like, lose touch with reality.
Because there's only so much you can do. And then it comes a point where it's like, it's now affecting you, and you have to take care of yourself. And it's just like, I'm I'm so sorry. Like I've done all I can do. And there's a certain point where it's just like, I'm done.
Yeah. You can't help people want to make themselves better, you know, like as much as you want them to be. They need to be willing or want to help themselves first. Okay, well, let's see what she did.
So I do want to say as well, there are a lot of comments on all of her videos that say something along the lines of, I believe you. Go to the hospital and tell them what's going on and they will help you.
Oh, I like that approach.
I love that you already knew it was an approach. I love that. Someone else commented and said, I believe you. Please go to the hospital and tell them what the feds are doing to you. They will protect you. A bunch of other people were like, I think the original poster of this comment is inferring that the content creator is experiencing a mental health crisis. And someone else responded to that and said, right.
That is correct.
So there's a lot of those on her videos. But hey, guess what? We are not done yet with this video.
I want to see what happens.
They will use people against you. They'll use your parents. They'll use your friends. They'll use your colleagues. They'll use your classmates. For me, like I said, I spend a lot of time alone, and so they don't really have a lot of people that they can use against me because I'm pretty socially isolated. But they started to use people at the gym that I go to as confidential informants, and so they were able to recruit people who barely knew me to befriend me and put me in different setups and try to get me to say things that would make their case stronger or that would make me look like I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. And they're just very sneaky with how they do that. So it's kind of tough as someone who already struggles to make friends and keep friends. When you're going through a federal investigation, it keeps you even more isolated than you would already be without this going on, because now you can't trust anyone and you're just waiting for the next trap to come around the corner. And so at this point, it just makes it very difficult to have any relationships with anyone, but you will be put in setup after setup, and they will go after your parents, your family, your friends, your...
Is it just me? Or is she repeating the same thing over and over again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. she is.
People that you associate with at the gym that you don't even know very well, they will get them to befriend you and try to get you to say things that will strengthen their case against...
Wait, she literally just said that, or is it just repeating and I'm dumb?
Yeah, I think it repeated.
No, I
took part in...
No, girl, this is 4 minutes long. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's 4.5 minutes long. So yeah, she's just...
you say the right thing.
What the... That's weird. Okay, I'm scared. Okay, so let's go back. So we have people in the comments being like, psychosis, go to the hospital, they'll help you. And then other people being like, I'm in the same boat. It's exhausting. Are you?
Yeah. Like, do you have a gas leak? Should you get a carbon monoxide tester?
Everyone should. Yeah. Everyone should. Okay. And then she says that the feds can turn anyone into a criminal. Okay, wait. I find this one.
Yeah, this one's wild.
Fascinating.
Her example.
So she says the feds can turn anyone into a criminal if they try hard enough, or if they spend enough time. The feds can dig up something on anyone and use it to prove that you're a criminal. Those are her own words. Again, we're in like an endless loop and it's exhausting. And then Lisa also claims that she doesn't have a criminal history and that she's only ever had one speeding ticket. She points out that they put Martha Stewart, the homemaker, it's not what she is, in prison. Although Martha broke the law.
Don't try to almost infantilize Martha Stewart by being like she was, like this little innocent whatever. Yeah. No, she was a G. She didn't even turn on anybody. She was like, I'm going to take the time. And that's why she's best friends with Snoop Dogg. Because he's like, respect you.
So keep our queen's name out of your mouth. Thank you. So let's go ahead and watch this.
Here's the thing about federal investigations, though. This is how I used to think before this started happening to me. They can turn someone into a criminal if they try hard enough and for enough years. Federal white-collar crimes have very, very, very broad, expansive laws, and they can turn almost anyone into a criminal with all of their confidential informants, getting people to turn on you, twisting the facts, twisting the narrative. They can do this to anyone because here's the thing. I don't have any criminal history. I don't have anything more than a speeding ticket, and they are doing this to me because Lenny DePaul, the retired U.S. Marshal, is retaliating against me for telling his wife about his affair. And so they can do this to anyone. I have no criminal history. I have nothing but a speeding ticket as well, just like you. But they can dig something up on anyone if they dig hard enough.
Again, we're on a loop over and over and over again. And it's like, girl.
Yeah, I think that's telling.
Federal crimes. Oh, they can make anyone look like a criminal. But you...
And not to say that has not happened. I'm
absolutely.
I'm not believing that what she's saying isn't true, but I'm saying like in this scenario, it doesn't make sense for, again, Lenny.
No, because
who's Lenny? That all these people are on board with ruining your life.
Well, and it's also like, yeah, and like you just said, yes, they have done that before to like catch you for something. But girl, you're not Whitey Bulger.
Exactly.
You're
even with Martha Stewart, your own example with Martha Stewart, she's the only one that went to prison. Lisa.
God damn it, Lisa. Okay, so Lisa's viewers suggest in the comments of this video that we're about to watch that Lisa might be a victim of gang stalking. And we need to talk about the actual definition of gang stalking, which we will do in a second. However, we are going to mute the video because it has copyrighted music. So it's someone just driving around, multiple cars, just driving around in a field. Or just a big ass field. Bitch, that's a big empty lot. And then it says, for real though, why are they just sitting in a field watching me walk around my neighborhood?
Why are they watching you? Why aren't they maybe doing a drug deal or even just like smoking up or making out in their car or having an affair and it's not in the Home Depot parking lot like the Mormon TikTok wives?
Girl, this lady watched The Truman Show one time on an edible or on acid, I would assume. And these are jokes. Calm down. And now she's the main character of everyone's life. Like,
oh, no.
What? Ma'am.
Oh, no.
This shit is insane. Okay, so also, girl, why'd you hashtag it? Hashtag prison talk. Hashtag prison. Hashtag federal. Ma'am. That's where you're going to be. Calm down. All right, so comments point out it could be gang stalking. Oh my God, I hate when people misuse this term.
I'm so excited for you to get into this.
Adriel Sigler used that every other sentence and it pissed me off so much. And then when I talked about it in a video and I was like, hey, dum-dum, this is actually what it is, XYZ. So it's hilarious that you're calling it this because like you're almost as bad as this lady, not as bad. And then people were like, how dare you say that gang stalking isn't a real thing? It's happened to me. And I'm like, no, I'm not saying whatever happened to you didn't happen to you. It could have, but you're misusing the word just like people misuse the word gaslight and how people misuse the word trauma bond. Mm-hmm. Trauma bond is not between two victims. It's between a victim and the bad person, right? Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry. Anyway, so gang stalking definition. So, gang stalking and targeted individuals from Institute for Strategic Dialogue. Targeted individuals, TIs, not STIs, are self-identified individuals who believe they are victims of constant group stalking, monitoring, and harassment, i.e. gang stalking, by shadowy adversaries. Oh, I'm boned up for that description.
Yeah.
Most commonly government agents. TIs generally believe that these adversaries use physical surveillance as well as fantastic forms of electronic surveillance, such as microwave technology. Can you read the rest, please? I'm dying.
I will try because when I was reading this earlier, just in my head, it took me a while to realize that the TIs were like abbreviations. So I was like, 'tis generally believed that.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, now I
gave these two illiterate bitches a podcast.
I can do this now. Okay. TIs have committed at least 4 mass shootings or acts of violence in the United States since 2013. While a number of TIs have harassed family members or other acquaintances, the delusions held by TIs have led them to target strangers on several occasions, most notably the 2013 Navy Yard shooting, which killed 12 people. The link between mental illness and violence is not unique to TIs, but they are distinguished by the degree to which they congregate and organize on online platforms. These communities are insular and serve to reinforce their delusions. This also creates the risk that social media groups affiliated with TIs could be exploited by extremist groups for their own agendas.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do targeted individuals believe? We'll just go through the bullet points real quick. So let's see, Sherilyn, you're going to give us a little ticker of how many of these boxes that she checks off. Okay. So targeted or TISs, as Sherilyn would say, they believe 24-hour surveillance by nearly everyone around them, physical attacks, including poisonings. I mean, she should probably fucking check for that.
I was going to say, we can't take that off, but Lisa, it could be. Let's add it.
I know I said I wasn't drinking, but listen, I need tequila to make my throat feel better.
We all do.
Okay, so right. So electronic surveillance and hacking.
Does that count as like
targeted
mail tampering? I'm going to say yes, because like.
Yeah, but also I feel like she thinks that they're like in her toaster. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Targeted noise harassment. I don't know.
No.
Surgical. I can't even get through this one. Surgical implantation of microchips for tracking.
No, we're not there yet.
I hope we don't get there. Directed energy.
Energy weapons.
Is this when people think that there's like a giant laser beam that's like burning Malibu?
Yeah.
That's so sad and scary. Also, hey, if you're in California, please stay safe. It's so sad.
Oh my God.
The people that are losing their homes and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is so sad. So extremely low frequency radiation, psychotronic weapons, or voice to skull. I'm scared.
Yeah, this is actually
to broadcast
scary.
Sounds. Yeah.
So she only has 2 of these.
Okay, listen, she's doing good then.
She is doing
she's
good.
Doing okay.
Yep,
she's fine.
Yeah, we got to get her before she crosses over. But this is really good for people, like if anybody from her audience comes across this, to have these kinds of things. So like if we see these other signs, Lisa's not there yet. There is hope, I do believe.
Lisa, I think there's hope. So when I took my little tinkle break a second ago, Sherilyn was like, hey, we're going to skip past these next 2 videos because they're literally just her saying the same things over and over again and then pointing out other people's cars. So
it's true.
I agree with that.
We're going to go straight to where her proof is of the stalking at the gym.
Yes, at the gym. And so she frequently claims that people are stalking, that the feds, not just people, the feds are stalking her at the gym. Remember, she said that the feds, it's like when Wendy Williams would say the killer. Like, what? It's just so like ominous and present. So she said that the feds would like get people to be like informants at the gym. It's like, ma'am. And she records men frequently and shares these videos on TikTok and her Instagram accounts too. And so we're muting the sound, but it says, my stalker is here at 3 a.m. on Christmas with me. Hey, Lisa, I have one main question. Why are you at the gym at 3 a.m.?
She does explain this. Someone did ask that in the comments. She said that she's nocturnal. So obviously now we have like a little bit of like, she doesn't sleep. And maybe it could not even, that could be a sign of just like her not wanting to admit that maybe she isn't getting a lot of sleep, period. And just up, because that's also feeds into, you know, psychosis and stuff like that. Like when you can't sleep and you're on a spiral, you're at the gym. So she says she goes all the time. That being said, I do know a lot of people who do like shift work and stuff like that who are at the gym. And what she's saying here about like the same people being at the gym and like wherever she is, usually when you have a gym membership, if you're committed, not like me, who's like, I'm going to start at the gym and I go one time and I never go back. So I could never tell you he was there. But like Big Guy and like his friends, like they're like, you know, like gym guys. He now has his own workout gym, but like his best friend for like the past like 20 years goes to the gym religiously.
Yeah.
Doesn't miss a day. And yes.
You see all the same people.
All the same people.
Yeah, it's because they also all go at the same time.
Yeah.
But then, you know, if you are doing 2-a-days or like maybe one day you have like an appointment, so then you have to go after work or something, you go later, and there's the times that are like really busy, so you don't go during that time. Like there would be a few people that Tony and I would see literally all the time in the morning when we would go, back when he had like his funky shift and was off during like weekdays. And then we would never go on the weekends because it was crazy packed. And around like 10 a.m. was when there was like no one there. And then around like 3 and then like late at night. But you would always see the same people at the same time because guess what? That's the fucking time that they go to the gym. And this is the same thing that Adriel Smallmouth Sigler would do when that's her government name. I don't know if you know that. Sorry for doxing you. But that's what
I'm sorry, you guys. I do have to interject because I just have to. Your newest video with Rich Lux, I died at the intro. And then in the comments where it was like, Richard Luxury Summit Chelsea. I was like, yes. All right, sorry, keep going. Go watch Chelsea's newest. I'll go watch all of them, but it was good. Summoned. Richard did summon you.
He did. I was there to lend a helping hand. But when Adriel Sigler was like, I'm being stalked by, this like state trooper, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I see him the same time every day. He follows me home from work. He's always here this time and this time. And it's like, girlfriend, if you are speeding or like breaking a, road law or something in the same spot at the same time of the day, like, you're probably going to get, like, there's a really high chance that you're going to get stopped by the same cop. Mm-hmm. Like, there were multiple times where I was pulled over at the end of the Gandy Bridge on the St. Pete side, and it was the same Pinellas County Sheriff's deputy that pulled me over all 3 times. I finally learned, to slow down way before I got off the bridge. And he literally got to my door and he goes, not again. And I was like, I'm sorry. But was I like, oh, he's stalking me? No, bitch, that's where he works. It's like going in somewhere. It's like a Chick-fil-A every Monday morning at this time. And it's like, oh my God, they're stalking me. They're here too. No, bitch, they have a schedule like you. Like, what are you doing?
Not the people at In-N-Out with Lily. Like,
those are her friends. They're probably so worried about her.
I know.
Yeah,
Lily, people are worried about you too. I have seen people asking about your tires. Everyone wants to know.
So worried.
I know. But yeah,
so worried about
I get it.
Tires.
Like, these are people's job. It's just, I don't want to like harp too hard and be like, oh, you're having like, I'm the only person in the universe, like thinking that you're so full of yourself. I don't think that that's what she thinks. I do think it's like a delusion, but you also have to like step away and be like, there's like, we're on planet Earth. Like, there's a lot of us with our own lives and our own routines. And some of them cross each other on the daily.
Like, for instance, whenever I am on the way home, not whenever, but quite frequently when I'm on the way home from the craft store and I take a shortcut through this neighborhood, I see one of my best friends from middle school, Will Dowell. Love you, buddy. He would never listen to this. I see him walking his dog, and every time, it's like in the middle of the day during the week, and I roll down my window and I yell at him, don't you have a job? And the last time I did it, he yelled back at me like, shouldn't you be like on a computer or something talking to yourself? And I'm like, you've got a point, my friend.
I am actually going.
Yeah. But am I stalking him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
However, I am stalking him. I love him. Okay, so here's another gym one. And some people are like being nice to her in the comments, then others are being like, hey, you're paranoid.
And it's sad. It's no way to live.
This just makes my point. I'm in a totally different area of the gym now, and the same other behind me.
Oh, God. The little,
yeah.
Hey, I don't know how to tell you this, lady. That's not the same person.
That's what I said. It's not the same guy. Am I missing something?
Yeah, 1,000,000,000%. I do not believe that that's the same person at all.
Yeah, the guy with the green in the first one and then the guy with the maroon in the second one. Like, I feel like the second guy is like, that guy's got like 75 pounds of muscle on the other guy.
Girl, look at his traps. The first one's like an old man. The first one is the second one's dad. I just text you a side by side.
Yeah, it's just, it's not, to me anyways. Again, like not, it could be him on a different day. Did he change his shirt? Is this supposed to be the same day, Lisa? I have questions, Lisa. Where's the body cam footage? Because I need to review it on my own.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Lisa, I would like to put in a Freedom of Information Act request for your body cam footage.
Yeah, I think that's where we need to go.
Please.
Yeah, that's the only way that we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, because otherwise we are not. And then, oh, good God. And then she says that Lisa seems to be getting more unhinged, and we have another video
She
here.
being Kelly, our gal.
Yes, Kelly. Sorry about that. And then this says on the screen, it says, she's harassing me. Help. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Guys, I blocked this lady after I found out who she was and what she did to me. But now she went and followed me on my other account. This feels like harassment. She's harassing me. I want to be left alone. Clearly, I blocked her. But here she is showing up again. Harasser.
Ma'am, if you don't want people following you, or you want to be able to control who's following you, this is a crazy idea. I know. How about you make your social media profiles private?
Yeah. Sorry. I lost you for a second on the one ear pod, and I was like, now you're back. So yeah, that's perfect. No, I was lip reading. Yeah, let's make him private. And also, we need a little bit of context, babe. We need to figure out. Okay, she's like, once I found out what she did to me and what she's doing, I blocked her.
What did she do?
This is where, yeah, we need the context. Like, what did Georgia do?
Maybe Lisa, do you know that we don't have access? Like, I was joking. We don't have access to your body cam footage. We're not there with you. Did you know that?
I want to be. I want to help her out.
We'll come.
I gotta
know.
Want
us to go to the gym?
We can go.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll go to the gym. You're in Arizona. Let's go. I love me some Tempe, Arizona, baby. It's beautiful. I'll get on top of that butte.
I've always wanted to go.
Girl, the Marriott in the butte in Tempe, they got good ass hot tubs. Guess what?
I do love a good hot tub moment.
And moments were had.
That's all we did in BAP. What did you? I was like, that's all we did in BAP. I'm like, okay. Isn't that bad for your vagine? It was fine.
It was fabulous.
I guess it was fine. All right. Good. Good to know.
God, it was so much. It was, I have goosebumps. I was also pregnant, and I didn't know until that was the trip where I was eating the salad on the last night at that nice restaurant. And that nice restaurant is at the Marriott, or like at the top of it. Mm-hmm. And that's when I remember I told you I was like eating that salad, and I was like, oh, I'm about to throw up. Mm-hmm. I'm pregnant. Yeah. And he was like, what?
Yeah.
Don't tell me unless you know. And I was like, shut up. Give me Mentos. Okay.
Where's my Mentos?
Where's my fruity Mentos? Okay. All right. So yeah, she's unhinged. She like thinks we know what's happening. Lisa, I'm not there, girl. You might think we are. We are not. So she says the FBI is saying she doesn't have the disability that she does have. Stop it. And Kelly's notes here says, is the FBI in the room with us now? What's happening?
Yeah.
Wait, did I write that? Kelly, did I write that, or did you write that? I don't remember.
I love that.
I think I wrote that.
I was going to say, did you write it?
Not me laughing at my own writing. Oh, God. This is what happens when I have one glass of wine and an NyQuil, and I'm up until like 1 a.m. just like researching and adding shit to what Kelly's already done, which I don't need to do, but here we are. Okay, so here is a tickety talk.
The feds are trying so hard to get me to say that I don't have the disability that I have. They just had someone literally reach out to me on TikTok and try to be all friendly with me and try to help me with a situation I'm going through, and then was trying to get me to say that I don't have my disability so that they can then create a disability fraud case against me. They're dirty, you guys. They are so dirty. Feds, I will never say I don't have that disorder, because I do. Okay? Thank you.
Hey, the feds, the FBI they have nothing to do with your disability insurance, girl.
What in the Justin Baldoni PR crisis team is going on here? Like,
girl, I don't know if you know this, but that's not the feds.
It's trolls.
Gallagher Bassett. Well, that too. But I was supposed to say, like, Gallagher Bassett's probably in charge of that, or United Healthcare. Like,
yeah,
two of the largest like disability and healthcare, insurance companies.
Yeah.
Like,
but you're also bringing attention to like being like, I need help. Can you do whatever? And then if people are reaching out and wanting to help and like having conversation with you and wanting to find out more information, it's like, it's almost like now at this point that I'm actually wondering if she actually is committing fraud. And then like, again, a little bit of a Justin Baldoni thing where it's like, I'm putting this all out here. And like, if something happens, it's like, see, I told you this was happening, but it's like, no, you really got caught. Are we in a conspiracy with Lisa? I don't, you guys, I don't know what the fuck is happening right now.
Lisa, when was the last time you slept?
Oh, poor Lisa. Yeah, literally.
Please.
And is there any signs that we know of like anybody with like taking like semaglutide that like loses their mind? I will say, I'll talk. I've never talked about this on the podcast. I think I did on Patreon maybe, or
on Patreon. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
So I tried to do Ozempic for, I think I was only able to be on it for 3 weeks, and I went shmoomacidal for nothing. Like everything in my life was great, like literally fine, and it's like the weirdest thing because I've dealt with like mental health my whole life, depression. I've gone through those types of like bouts before, especially with like BPD, anything, like any inconvenience. I'm like, that's it. Nobody wants me here. Like I'm out. But this was different. This was like very like alone, like in my thoughts, and just being like, like while I'm driving, like, oh, like it's like this close to this bridge. And I'm like, where is this? Even in my head, I was like in a battle of being like, what do you talk?
Yeah.
Who are you? So that's I'm curious.
Yeah. It's like like with both of us, our like normal depression is like we do voice it. We are vocal with it. And that's great because then people know what the fuck's going on. But then with that hormonal, which is, the same with like postpartum depression, and then, more of like the hormonal of what that type of medication would, trigger as well. It's the, like how you just said, like, I'm here in my thoughts and it's like really dark. It's like how I've described before, like it's 3 a.m. and I feel so empty and so dark. And I'm just holding my 2-month-old baby. And I'm just like, should I have had a child? Should I be married to Tony? Like, do I deserve him? Do I deserve this? Like, have I just ruined my life? Should I even be here? And it's so scary. Yeah. So scary. And like, because we are like aware, or like, thank God, because we've been through so much treatment, but it's like it sucks because you're also like aware of it. So it's like, you're like fighting with yourself to try to like pull yourself out of it. But then it's also like, it's that darkness is like takes over and it's so spooky. But see, I don't know if she would be this like loud.
Right.
And like vocal, like it's very weird. I'm very interested to hear their theories too, because they're smart people.
Our supporters, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to get in there and see. I will be in the comments.
Oh, sure she will. Yeah. So for 5 seconds. So I'm just like, girl. And who she said the FBI had someone reach out to her on Instagram, like.
Yeah, when she's already talking about this, right?
Like, was it their official Instagram page?
No, this is what she's saying. They just like set people up, but then in the same sense, she's also asking people to reach out to her to help. So in my mind, that's what I'm thinking that situation was, and they're just like asking questions and being like,
"Yeah,
hey babe, may I help?
Are you okay?
Are you okay?"
She had previously said that she was like leaving social media, or that she was like leaving the area and stuff like that. And so someone, not me, literally forgetting that I wrote this, like, remember when I texted you before we started recording and I was like, hey, give me like 5 minutes. I'm just adding something to the document. That was this. Oh. This is what happens when I take a NyQuil and I'm just like, who was that? That person's so funny. Chelsea, that's you 5 seconds ago.
I knew it. I knew by that little freaking caption.
I cannot. Okay, so literally I'm putting funny comments from this video. And it says, someone said, girl, I thought you were leaving. Like, okay, calling her out. And then someone else said, this girl, this is crazy. Wow. And she said, yep, they literally had her send me her number. So I called her and we talked for an hour. At the end of the convo, she was trying so hard to get me to say, I don't have it. I just hung up on her. And it's like, who is they? Like, you don't
And who
have
is
any.
she?
And who are we?
And who are you? Who are us?
Who is it?
No, I'm scared now. That just went into so much of a spiral.
I don't know what's happening. Check for carbon monoxide. So this is why I looked, because I had looked at how long ago the like most recent one that was included in the doc was. And I was like, okay, that was like 4 or 5 days ago. So I went in and looked. This bitch is still recording people at the gym. Still recording people.
Joey Swole, we need you. Because I do feel like Joey would have like I feel like he'd have like a diplomatic approach to it of being like, I feel like he's sensitive when he needs to be, but then aggressive when he also needs to be. He is Swole too. That is his government name, and it is accurate. So
Joseph
Swole. Yeah, Joseph Swollen for sure.
Yeah.
So we need you on this case as well. We need to hear your thoughts because
we know you're watching. We love you. You love us. We know you're out there. You are a Patreon member for sure, 100%. Anyways, so she's continuing to film strangers at the gym and saying that they're stalking her. So this is another tickety-talkie, and we can play that. And she said, I can't wait to never have to see this dude again in a couple days. And it's like, girl, you are probably seeing them because they go at the same time as you.
Oh my God, I can't.
I hate it. Someone commented and said, is there ever anyone in the gym in the middle of the night at the same time as you that you don't believe is a Fed? And
good question.
Someone said, why don't you just talk to him and see what's up? Another person said, this is actually bizarre. And she said, they do weird exercises like this and come up right next to you. Basically anything they can find to annoy and harass you to get your attention so that you can't focus and be at peace. Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. So she also started a GoFundMe.
I saw that.
And it's like for legal fees and such. So that's fun.
And what is the amount that she's, look, $20K.
Okay, Adriel Sigler.
Yeah, right after she, like, the day after she says she makes $30,000 a month.
Yeah. Do you want to read number 3 on her GoFundMe? What it says?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me
of like why she has started a GoFundMe.
Okay. So this is her GoFundMe. It says, hi, I'm Lisa and I'm raising money for 3 distinct reasons. I've been harassed and stalked by the feds for the last 4 years after having an affair with a federal law enforcement officer. The investigation was opened with malicious intent to retaliate against me for the affair. Although I'm not committing any crimes, the feds have been putting me in constant setups and traps over the years. So she goes on to say that, you know, like all the 24-hour surveillance. She goes, I'm only 34 and I have severe chronic health conditions that have caused me to stop working as a psychiatric NP. I'm utilizing my long-term disability insurance that I had through my former employer, but it's only 60% of my former income, so I've lost 40% of my wages. As a result, I'm raising money for these 3 reasons. 1, legal expenses so that I can sue the government and the federal law enforcement officers who have been engaging in illegal surveillance and violating my civil rights. 2, replacing some of my lost wages and helping me pay off debts that were incurred as a result of losing 40% of my income. The extreme stress from the stalking and harassment has negatively impacted my health, which has impacted my ability to earn a living. And number 3, help me seek asylum to a new country in 2025. I refuse to stay here and be stalked and harassed for another year. I deserve freedom and enjoyment of my life, and it's clear to me that the only way I'll be able to do this is by living abroad. Funds will be used to help pay for moving expenses and airfare to make it to my new home.
Interesting. How much you want to bet if she actually leaves?
The feds will follow.
Oh, they will follow. Yeah, fucking crazy. Even though the FBI cannot operate outside of the U.S. But you know who can?
The feds. Joey Swole.
Joseph Swollen. But no, the CIA.
Oh, okay. Don't for shit's sakes, Chelsea, don't give ideas.
Girl, she's going to come on here and be like, Interpol is after me.
Lisa.
The United Nations. I need people to not donate to her because that's fucking crazy. Also, do whatever you want with your money. I don't care, but like, stop. So what Lisa hasn't shared is quite interesting. So she was investigated by the Arizona State Board of Nursing in 2023. She had allegedly been reported to the board multiple times right after she became an APRN, and she's had numerous bad reviews on Yelp for her services as a psychiatric nurse. On Yelp, 7 5-star reviews were removed for violating Yelp's terms of services, and one of the 1-star reviewers accuses her of leaving those reviews herself. So I assume they checked like the IP for all of them, and they all went back to
I didn't see these earlier. I got
Lisa's house.
So one of these reviews, it was left on October 29th, 2021. It says, beware, beware, beware. It's a 1-star. My initial encounter with Lisa in the beginning was okay, but when it came to prescribing more and more hardcore medications that I wasn't comfortable with, she used my own problems against me in a way for her to push her agenda when the regimen I was currently on was working just fine. Then when I refused to take extra medication and politely declined her atrociously priced ketamine services, she said I was non-compliant, when all of that simply came down to affordability and me not simply wanting to take drugs that were not necessary. She wants to profit off of people's mental health issues and has no problem hanging up in your face after she gets your money and realizes she won't be milking more. Her rebuttal is that I just wanted the same medication that had been working previously, and she didn't want to continue treating me unless I took that in addition to other drugs that were absolutely not necessary. She demanded I take double the dose of controlled substances on a daily basis that I did not feel comfortable with, nor did I need. Update. I know for a fact I never said the provider was disgusting in our video call that she previously wrote and deleted. I have recordings of our conversations. It's pretty interesting that she is now lying to cover herself. I did, however, call her behavior disgusting in an email after she hung up on our video call. Lisa, please get your story straight. So she replies to this and says, "Hi, Nicole. Thank you for your review. Sometimes patients request controlled substances that I do not believe are the best course of treatment. Since you were unwilling to take anything but a controlled substance, I had no other choice than to discontinue your care. The yelling and name calling also did not help the situation. I'm sorry that we could not work out an alternative plan in which we both agreed, but I wish you the best in finding a provider who meets your needs." And there's quite a few. Another person in May 2022 said, "If you want medication, she will do her part and prescribe you. If you want anything else, she won't do it. Comes off as lazy and not the best. Look for someone who wants your best well-being at heart." Do you want to read the first one that's long?
My fiance was being seen via telemedicine with Lisa, and the way Lisa treated her was absolutely inappropriate and unnecessary. I am a witness to the mistreatment and unprofessionalism she displayed in the video call. She continuously pressured my fiance to take more medication than was necessary, and when my fiance tried to explain that she was doing better without extra medication, Lisa met her with hostility and indifference. Lisa claims that there was a name calling in the video, but none took place. So I guess this is like the fiance of the first person that you read. Yeah, I think so. My fiance tried to explain that she wanted to limit the amount of medication to as little as possible. Lisa used the issues my fiance suffers from as a way to insult and put her down and threatened to drop her as a patient if she didn't take the medication she was trying to prescribe. This shows that Lisa is incentivized by what she prescribes and sees clients' disorders as a way to make money. What's more bothersome, that's a hot word, is the fact that she abruptly disconnected the call after saying condescending remarks. Before my fiance left her an honest review here on Yelp, Lisa had 0 reviews. Now she suddenly has 5-star reviews from suspicious accounts. So do your own due diligence before making any decisions on working with her. Lisa has also responded to my fiance's reviews by disclosing her medical information to the public. She now has deleted her spiteful comments, but we have screenshots of everything to prove it.
Wow.
Your mental health is a priority, and this is not where you will find that. So the screenshots that they're referring to is that person posted another one and said, "Provider is disclosing my PHI, protected health information, to the public in an attempt to defame my character. This speaks a lot about the provider's character and how she conducts business. She is quick to retaliate and won't hesitate to oust my personal information to the public. I have received concerns and sympathetic messages from other Yelp members who have read what she has said. She is constantly editing and changing her reviews. Please private message me for more information." We did private message them, and we had not heard back from them. The last time they used this account was like a year ago.
Wow.
But someone commented and messaged her and was like, hey, she's like putting your information out there.
Wow.
And yeah, so I guess in that, like her original message, like her original comment or reply to the negative review, she had put like the person's, like, I assume their identifying information, meaning like just like I was breaking HIPAA, and which that would be like their first and last name and date of birth, basically, or something like that. Or saying like specific
like medication and doses, or like whatever the treatment plan was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it would have to be associated with their first and last name.
Oh.
And then like, yeah, because it can't, like, it has to be like, for instance, that's why all of these they don't have first and last name. It's just first name, your last initial, something like that, right? So like your first name and date of birth, like that's not violating HIPAA. It has to be something to where someone could like find your information, or if a medical provider is just like comes out and is like, yes, this person's came to me, and it's like, you can't disclose that I'm a patient of yours. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. So fucking crazy. Lisa.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Well, it gets fucking twistier, girl, because in 2023, let's just say allegedly, but like we have the court documents. Lisa filed for bankruptcy in 2023, and we like that information is there. There is a lot of private information on that document, so we won't show that, but that information has been, it's in Pacer. So there you go. And she does live in Arizona with her mother, which is crazy because it's like you live with the mother who you were accusing of working with the feds
for
against
$50.
you. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, so insane.
See, this is bringing me back to like, again, like what would you call it? Like a cloak, a protection of being like, or I don't know why I got all Harry Potter. I have been watching it every night before I go to bed. So I don't know where that came from. But like trying to distract us from what's actually going on here.
So you know what it reminds me of is in Monsters University when that one monster goes, misdirection.
There we
try
go.
To find it.
Misdirection.
That's what it is. Because it's like now
Yeah.
it seems like, you've been up to some things. People are accusing you of some stuff. Perhaps, not going to say it, but if there's, some shifty things going on that was within your practice that was being investigated, then if there's claims of possibly being deceitful with the insurance, it's already, she's getting her ducks in a row. And in that case, she's a lot more with it than we think she is, because we've just thought she's like lost the plot. I still do. But is this it too deep? Like, am I getting too conspiracy theory here? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think she has it together enough to leave this type of paper trail and this like calculated breadcrumbs. I think that's what you're going with, like the whole Justin Baldoni of it all, right?
Right.
I don't think that's what this is.
Okay.
I think this
Let's go back to carbon monoxide. Let's just go there.
Okay. So oh my God, bitch, 4 hours ago. Lisa, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up, Lisa. So this person commented and said, if the feds are after you, why are you consistently posting yourself on the internet? It seems counterintuitive.
This is another comment that I'm getting a lot. First of all, I don't worry about posting here because I have nothing to hide. The second reason I don't worry about it is because the feds are in my phone, my emails, my text messages, my Google searches. They sit outside of my house and follow me everywhere that I go. They know everything anyways. They know everything there is to know about me without my social media. This doesn't help them at all. It doesn't add anything that they don't already have.
So what does she think if she goes somewhere else? Like they're not going to be able to like, come on, flight records. Like, what are you? You would have to have the connections of getting like a whole new identity to be able to do that successfully, which,
girl, I'm scared.
We lost the plot 2 hours. We lost the plot at the first video.
Yeah.
Another one.
Okay. This is a gym. Oh God. Right. No, this is a gym one. And it says, first of all, how dare you use my best friend and the love of my life Kid Cudi.
For the sound.
As this sound. Insert a clip of him singing to me when I got Tony and I front row tickets.
Yes.
Let's admire it. Kid Cudi saved my life. I love him so much. I will cry right now. I love him so much. I love you. Anyways, Mr. Muscuddy. Okay, so girl, this is literally a video of just someone pulling up behind her. And it says, sitting there watching me come out of the gym. Who, Lisa? Who's watching you?
You know, as much as I don't want, coming from somebody who, has struggled mentally some days, there's nothing worse than like somebody not believing you. But to this degree, it's like, I do feel, Lisa, that we need some help. Check the carbon monoxide. That's just going to be my new suggestion for anything in life.
Okay,
What? Is it the best friend?
Okay.
Is it the best friend?
No. Calm down.
Okay, sorry.
No, we will find her. No, and guys, the way we now have our filming schedule, we have like 2 days, like 2 business days in between when we film to when it's posted. So now we have like more time for the editors, but then we also have more time for me adding timestamps. It's happening, I promise you. And I'm hopefully by the end of this month, I'm going to be able to go back and like retroactively go in and like add the timestamps to all the last episodes. I'm sorry, I'm doing it, I promise. And the timestamps are going to be really funny. So the chapters are going to be funny. Don't worry. You're doing great. But
you're doing great.
Thank you. I love you. But we're going to have more time for like updates and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, the Lily Marston of it all.
I love it. Hey, we should hire the police officer. I love the AI, like the interjector. I'd love if we could hire him and come and get in the fact checker. Love him.
Oh my God. I cannot with her doing that. It's so funny.
Good.
Okay, so someone commented it was not the best friend, but again, I will try to find her, which by me, I mean Kelly. Okay. But it said she slept with, this person is already on ketamine. She said she slept with Fed not knowing he was married. And he got butthurt when she told his wife because she's not about that life. And then someone else said she never met the guy in person. They meant to say catfished, but they said carfished. And I'm dead that they said carfished.
What? Where are the text messages? I got to go back to that one because there was the text messages.
Okay. And but there's a lot of people saying, I think it was an online thing and stuff like that.
Wow.
Like there are a lot of people. Yes, there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are saying now that it wasn't an
affair.
I mean, it could have, she never said that she slept with him. All she said was that it was an affair. It could have been an emotional affair.
Absolutely. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm almost at the text.
And girl, think about it. Maybe that's why they're just completely ignoring her and they haven't made a statement or anything. Oh my God. Okay, so we are pretty sure that she was catfished. And what are we basing that off of? One TikTok comment by some random person. So we will have updates if there are any.
Yeah.
Anyways, enter updates here if we have any. And if there are not, guess what? There were none and we don't know what's happening. Hello, Chelsea here with an update. Again, sorry my voice sounds a little spooky. Still sick. What do you know? Anyways, so listen, girl, we got some updates. So there are some people who are saying that what Stalked by the Feds, Lisa, if you will, is doing is just for rage baiting, for money, all that. And Lisa even showed that she made like $4,000 from, I think it was from like one of her videos, which again, okay, even if she is rage baiting, but still her saying that these people are coming after her and like harassing her and stalking her, like, girl, if you're just doing this for rage bait, like that would be considered defamation, right? Like what's happening here? Now, there were a lot of comments saying that everything that happened with Lisa and Lenny DePaul was just digital, like they never even actually met, which of course, like me and Sher both thought, like, okay, red flag. That seems like it's like, babe girl, you were catfish. What's happening? But the phone number that Lisa had for Lenny DePaul's wife does match the phone number that we looked up. But hey, we were able to look it up, so Lisa could have just looked it up too, and that's how she got her number. I mean, why else would she have the lady's number? That would be weird, to have the phone number of the woman that you're like having an alleged emotional affair with the husband. That makes no sense. So that could have explained why Lenny DePaul's wife had allegedly the response that she did to Lisa texting her and telling her, like, you can believe whatever you want, have a good and like good safe life, whatever. And me, Cece, not speaking for Sher, but I still think that she was catfished, because in my opinion, her saying you can believe whatever you want kind of is like along the lines of like, you can believe that that was him, but like, I don't think that was him, or like, it wasn't him, like you were catfished. And like we said, the only quote unquote proof that she had was the like messages that she had back and forth with him, but those allegedly weren't text messages. They look more so like Instagram or like Facebook messages, just from like the format. And his Instagram or social media that she spoke with him through was deleted, allegedly. We went to the link and like the username and stuff, and it's not there. So that could make sense if he got caught cheating, or if it was a fake account. Another thing that just Chelsea, not speaking for Sher here, but one other thing that I'm thinking that this wasn't real and that she was catfished is that the real DePauls went through, I believe, according to records, they went through 2 different foreclosures. And listen, no offense to them or anyone who's gone through a foreclosure, but from everything that I've seen, I'm not really seeing that he or her would have the money or like actual connections with people to make all of this actually happen. But another update that we have, other than, just research and opinions, is that she has since left the US. She was on a plane. She was saying that her Uber was followed by feds, but then that there were no feds on the plane, which again, wild. And she was saying that she had a layover in Hong Kong, I believe, and then that she was going to Thailand. And in my mind, I'm just like, girl, stop telling people where you're going. Like, that makes no sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if she gets there and starts saying things like, oh, well, now it's not the FBI. Now it's, these people who followed me. It's the CIA. It's a cartel. It's the cabal. So that's one of the last updates on her actual like travels and like where she is and stuff like that. Again, we don't need to know that if you think you're getting stalked. But one of her neighbors, I use that term loosely, alleged neighbors, was on Reddit and said, I want to share some insight about TikTok user Stalked by Feds, Lisa, especially since I live in Gilbert, Arizona, not far from her. She's gained attention for claiming that she is under constant surveillance, but there's a lot about her narrative that does not add up. Girl, you're telling us. Lisa is a licensed psychiatrist and lives about 2 neighborhoods away from me. Again, using neighbor loosely here. Recently, she's been posting videos about being followed or monitored, but as someone who knows the area and some of the people she's mentioned, I feel compelled to set the record straight. 1, the gym situation. Lisa claimed a man at the gym was following her and labeled him as a federal agent. I actually know that man. And it's not true. He reported her behavior to the gym management because of how uncomfortable she made him. Poor guy. There are no informants at the gym. She's fabricating these scenarios. Number 2, street lamp, quote, camera. She posted about a supposed camera on a lamppost outside of her house. This person says that they commented on one of her TikToks from another account explaining that it's not a camera. It's actually a device used to track electricity usage in the area. And she said that her own neighborhood, a few neighborhoods away, uses those as well. Lisa then blocked the woman after she pointed it out. And then license plates, dealership plates, if you will. She also made claims about cars with paper dealership plates being part of a surveillance observation. Gilbert has a lot of dealerships, and custom plates are common there. The number of these plates aren't suspicious. It's just normal. And then the police stickers on her doorbell, which was one of the more recent updates that I have included in this update for our editors to play for you.
You guys, someone literally put a police sticker on my Ring camera. So there are some dedicated people out there listening to my story, coming up to my house and putting a sticker on it. By the way, I'm in my Uber on the way to the airport.
She recently claimed someone put a police sticker on her Ring doorbell. Gilbert police stickers are silver and black, but the one in her video doesn't match. It looks more like something you'd find on Amazon. I've also spoken to friends who work for Gilbert Police Department, and they've confirmed that Lisa is not under federal investigation. While I can't say if she was ever investigated in the past, there is no ongoing operative targeting her. It's genuinely sad to see her spiral like this, whether she's making these claims to deflect attention from the other issues or because of mental health challenges. It's clear she needs help. Spreading misinformation and targeting innocent people, like this person's friend at the gym, isn't fair or healthy for anyone involved. All right, so that is it for our updates regarding Lisa, also known as Stalked by Feds, Stalked by the Feds, whatever her name is. That is real rough and real tough. We wish her the best and mental clarity, and just overall that she figures her shit out and stops targeting other people just because she believes that she is being targeted. Okay, back to the episode. So let's wrap her up. I have had the best time with you and I love you so much. I know that for our last episode, the one on Jake Doolittle, surprise, it actually hasn't gone out yet. It goes out tomorrow. People are going to love that it's a longer episode. People have been crying that the episodes haven't been super, super long. So I've just had a great time. And I know that people are going to love that your bun is huge. And I love it so much. It does not look like the poop emoji, but also that this episode's longer and that the last episode was pretty long too.
And we have Kelly to thank for that, actually. You guys, everybody give Kelly some love in the comments because she has really made it manageable for us to like have the caliber of like a deep dive that we want to be able to do 2 videos a week and then also sustain our own channels. Like this is a lot of work. Plus we have Patreon. So I appreciate everybody who understands like literally how much work it goes into. And also, hey, if anybody over here is at Do We Know Them and you see people like just harassing our girlies over there for times and like late delays and stuff like that, please help them understand how much they do. And I don't think people understand, like, I know that they know Lily does the editing, but coming from somebody who had to do my own editing, you had to do your own editing for a long time, the caliber of editing and what goes behind that is insane. So we are so fortunate to, you know, have established our channels, you know, separately and then be able to join together, have our teams join together and be able to make this happen for us and for you guys. So anyways, let's just all be appreciative and love and thankful and grateful. And yeah, we're really excited to be able to give more content, more in-depth content. And thank you guys for sticking around while we just started to, you know, we're just figuring it out as we go. But I'm excited.
We sure are. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy with how, I mean, the fact that we are having like the same amount of like view to subscriber ratio right now is like pretty unheard of.
Yeah, it is.
It's awesome. Like I know damn well for my own channel that does not happen. And it's just, no. And it's awesome.
Nor does it with mine.
Yeah, we just hit 15,000 subscribers. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We're so excited. We're so happy. And I really think that we could make it to 100K this year.
Oh, I'm ambitious. I'm like 2. Delusional. Stay delusional. Yeah. We've got to go.
God, I love it so. Oh, also, I know it's crazy that I'm saying this at the beginning of the year, but you know how I did I did it. Sher did not tell me to. I just did it. The best of for 2024 for us. Obviously, it was just 6 months worth of clips because we started in the middle of the year. But if y'all could like do timestamps, if there's like a really funny moment that you want to be included or that you think should be included in the like best of, if you could put like in the comments like a timestamp and then put like best of or like for the best.
Yeah, because I think we can search that, right?
Yeah, well, that's what would make it really easy. And I thought that I could search for timestamps, but I can't. I don't know why. I think we used to be able to, but now we can't because like, you know, the whole family channel comment sections and people were being creeps. But if y'all could put like best of 2025 or something like that, I would appreciate it so much. That would help me so much because there were so many things that I missed that I should have put in.
It was amazing. I watched it. I already said this, but I watched it like think I'm on like 10 times now. I just let everybody watch. I make everybody watch it. I follow up too. I'm like, Mom, did you watch it? What do you think? Wasn't it amazing? You did so good, babe. Thank you.
Thanks, girl. Appreciate you. As always, I love you. So does Sher, and I love you. I love you. I love them. I love you.
We love you.
I guess we love Lisa.
We love Lisa. Lisa, we do truly want the best for you, girl. Check your carbon monoxide detector or get one if you don't have one.
Yeah, get one. Put them in all of the rooms in your mom's house because you live with your mom, which is fine. Completely fine.
Yeah.
Also, be nice to your mom. She's not working with the feds. Your mom is the feds, actually. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Also, sorry for my voice on the last episode. Sorry for my voice on this episode. The fact that I've been coughing so much. I know our editors edit it out, but like, I feel like shit and I'm so sorry. Anyways.
You look amazing. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. We're doing amazing. We'll see you in the next episode.
And damn the man. Nope.
Save the empire.
Nope. That's not our outro.
That's not the outro. Stay feral.
Damn the man.
And save the empire.
Damn the man! Save the empire!
Bye.
Goodbye.